Imagine a baby learning to speak for the very first time. Have you ever seen a baby open a textbook? Or memorize grammar rules? No. The baby listens, mimics, and plays with words. It doesn't think, "Oh no, I used the wrong tense," or "Was that pronunciation correct?" It simply imitates. And it works. That's how all of us learned our first language. So why should learning English be any different? Let's break free from the mindset of learning English. Let's replace it with the mindset of living English. Instead of focusing on the rules and structures, what if you just acted like someone who already knows the language? What if you just jumped into the flow, letting English pour out of you, even if it's imperfect? That's where the magic lies. The power of imitation. Think about this. Imitation is how we learn most things in life. When you see someone dance, you copy their moves. When you hear a catchy tune, you hum it. Language is no different. The more you hear and mimic, the more natural it becomes. Don't aim to be perfect. Aim to be like an actor stepping into a role. Want to sound like your favorite English-speaking actor, singer, or YouTuber? Mimic their voice, their expressions, their rhythm. It's not just about words, it's about energy. When you hear someone say, "How are you doing?" Don't overthink it. Don't analyze the grammar. Just copy it. Say it exactly as they said it. When you hear, "What's up?" don't sit there wondering what up means. Just say it. Don't ask why, ask, "How can I say it like that?" Here's a little secret. You don't need to know why English works the way it does to use it. Most native speakers don't even know the rules. They just feel the language, and you can too. The trick is exposure and repetition. It's not about studying, it's about copying, repeating, and having fun. Learning without fear. Here's the biggest block for most English learners: fear. Fear of making mistakes. Fear of sounding silly. But when you imitate, there's no pressure. You're not trying to create sentences from scratch. You're not trying to impress anyone. You're simply borrowing someone else's words, rhythm, and accent. It's playful, not stressful. Imagine this: you're watching your favorite TV show in English. A character says, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe it." Pause the video and say it with them. Match their tone, their excitement, their expression. Do it again and again. Don't worry if it's not perfect. What matters is that you're getting comfortable using real English in real situations. Imitation opens the door to fluency. Here's what happens when you focus on imitation. Over time, your brain starts recognizing patterns. You'll notice how people greet each other, how they ask for things, how they express surprise or joy. Without even realizing it, you'll start using those patterns in your own speech. And just like that, you're no longer a learner. You're a communicator. Think of imitation as your shortcut to fluency. It's like playing a game. The more you play, the better you get. You don't need to memorize all the rules to play. You just need to dive in, try, fail, and keep going. A real-life story. There's a famous story about Benny Lewis, a polyglot who speaks over 10 languages. When he started learning Spanish, he didn't sit in a classroom. He didn't obsess over grammar. Instead, he walked into a bar in Spain and started copying what people were saying. He didn't care if he got it wrong. He just listened, repeated, and jumped into conversations. Within a few months, he was speaking Spanish fluently. Not because he learned it, but because he imitated it. You can do the same with English. Treat it like a game, not a chore. Watch movies, listen to music, mimic YouTube videos, and just play with the language. Speak out loud, even when you're alone. Imitate accents, expressions, and phrases. The more you do this, the more natural it will feel. Your English is already inside you. Here's the truth. Everything you need to speak English is already out there. You don't need to learn it. You just need to absorb it. Like a sponge. Like a baby. Like an actor stepping into a new role. Don't worry about being perfect. Don't let grammar rules hold you back. Focus on one thing, imitating. Every time you hear English, ask yourself, can I say it like that? Then try. Keep trying. Laugh at your mistakes. Enjoy the process. One day, you'll find yourself speaking English effortlessly, without even realizing it. Not because you studied it, but because you lived it. So, don't learn English. Just imitate it. Start today. Start now. The world is waiting to hear your voice. Imitate like a shadow. Imagine being a shadow. A shadow doesn't think, it simply mirrors everything in front of it. If the person moves their hand, the shadow moves its hand. If the person jumps, the shadow jumps. That's how you should approach learning English. Become a language shadow. When you hear something in English, copy it as closely as you can. Don't hesitate. Don't question. Just mirror it. Here's a simple exercise. Watch short clips of your favorite English speakers, maybe a scene from a movie or a funny video on YouTube. Play it for 10 seconds. Then pause. Now, be the shadow. Say exactly what they said, in the same way they said it. Mimic their tone, speed, and even their facial expressions. Do this again and again, and you'll be amazed at how quickly you start sounding like a natural speaker. And the beauty is, you don't even need to understand everything at first. just focus on the sounds. Trust the process, because your brain is a genius. It will start piecing everything together without you even realizing it. Use English like a tool. Think about how you learned to use a spoon or a fork when you were young. No one handed you a list of instructions. You didn't study a diagram of how to hold it. You just picked it up and started using it. Sure, at first, you might have made a mess. But over time, you got better. Language is no different. It's a tool, and the best way to master it is by using it, even if it feels awkward at first. The key is repetition. The more you use English, the more comfortable it will feel in your hands, or your mouth, in this case. So stop worrying about mistakes. They're part of the process. In fact, mistakes are proof that you're trying, that you're growing. The magic of listening. Listening is one of the most underrated tools in learning English. But when you truly listen, not just with your ears, but with your whole body, you absorb the language in a way no textbook can teach. Listen to how native speakers connect their words. Notice how their voices rise and fall. Pay attention to the little phrases they use, like you know, kind of, or I mean. Listening is like planting seeds in your mind. At first, it might feel like nothing is happening. But over time, those seeds will grow into full sentences, expressions, and ideas. And the best part? You don't need to study listening. Just do it every day. Put on English songs, podcasts, or audiobooks. Let the language surround you. Soon, you'll find yourself naturally imitating what you hear, like a musician learning to play by ear. Talk to yourself in English. Here's a fun challenge. Start talking to yourself in English. It might feel a little silly at first, but it's one of the best ways to practice. Pretend you're an actor rehearsing lines for a big role. Describe what you're doing in English. For example, if you're cooking, say out loud, "I'm chopping the vegetables. Now I'm boiling water. Wow! That smells so good." If you're walking outside, say, "Look at the trees. The sky is so blue today. There's a bird flying." Don't worry if your sentences aren't perfect. The goal isn't perfection, it's practice. And the more you talk to yourself, the more confident you'll become. Mistakes are your superpower. Let me tell you a secret. The people who make the most mistakes are the ones who learn the fastest. Think about it. Every mistake is like a mini lesson. When you say something wrong, you're giving yourself the chance to figure out the right way to say it. And when you figure it out, it sticks in your brain like glue. So don't be afraid of mistakes. In fact, celebrate them. Laugh at them. Each mistake is proof that you're learning, that you're stepping out of your comfort zone. Remember, no one learned to ride a bike without falling down a few times. The same goes for English. The more mistakes you make, the stronger you'll become. Surround yourself with English. Immersion is key. Surround yourself with English wherever you go. Change your phone's language settings to English. Watch your favorite shows with English subtitles. Follow English-speaking influencers on social media. Even if you don't understand everything, your brain is soaking it all in like a sponge. The goal is to make English a part of your daily life. Don't treat it like a school subject. Treat it like a friend you hang out with every day. The more time you spend with this friend, the closer you'll become. Turn your passions into English practice. What do you love? Is it cooking? Sports? Gaming? Fashion? Whatever your passion is, use it as a way to practice English. If you love cooking, watch recipe videos in English. If you're into gaming, play games with English-speaking players. If you're a music fan, learn the lyrics to your favorite English songs and sing along. When you connect English to something you're passionate about, it stops feeling like work. It becomes fun. And when you're having fun, you learn faster. Trust yourself. Finally, remember this: you are already amazing. You've already accomplished so much in life. Learning English is just one more adventure, and you're fully capable of succeeding. Don't compare yourself to others. Everyone's journey is unique. Focus on your progress, no matter how small it seems. Every word you learn, every sentence you imitate, is a step forward. The truth is, you're already on the path to fluency. By deciding to imitate, to listen, to practice, you're doing exactly what it takes to succeed. And one day, without even realizing it, you'll find yourself speaking English with confidence, with ease, with joy. So don't wait. Don't overthink. Just dive in. Imitate. Play. Speak. And most importantly, enjoy the journey. English is not just a language, it's a bridge to new opportunities, new friendships, and new adventures. The world is waiting for your voice. Let it shine. Thank you for watching. I hope all videos in this channel really can help you to learn English. Don't forget to subscribe to get more interesting story.